It turns out we might have been betting on the wrong horse, guys, when it comes to the Star Wars Outlaws actress, Humberly González. Yeah, it turns out she's woke AF as well. We should have saw that coming a mile away, though, when we looked at her Twitter profile. She's got the pronouns, she has all the little flags, and she works for Ubisoft. What a shame. Because when this first broke out that she was the actress that Kay Vess was modeled out of, we were like, wow, they definitely downgraded her immensely. She's freaking gorgeous. And they turned her into Matt Damon from Team America World Police. She literally looks borderline Cro Magnon in this photo. That is a stark difference, guys. I don't care what you have to say to downgrade the looks of a female just to not offend anybody and to get woke points. This is a real thing. I know a lot of these little left-leaning wokies are like, you guys just don't want comply. You females, my pussy. They think that we're intimidated by a strong female lead. That's not the case. There's been plenty of strong female leads in video games. Lara Croft, Ms. Pac-Man, just to name a couple. We're not worried about that. What it is when there's obvious stuff like this to where females cannot look good at all. It's literally an obvious downgrade just so you don't offend a certain category of a small percentage of offended people, this modern audience that you guys have to cater to all the time. It's absolutely cringe, but this is all null and void now because turns out Humberly is absolutely fucking Coco for Cocoa Puffs. Yep. She's actually saying the video game industry has a lot of misogyny and praises the game for only having a female point of view. Yeah, we can't have a strong masculine man in our video games, guys. And in Star Wars Outlaws, I guess this is the biggest controversy is that Kay Vess was the female protagonist. To be honest, it didn't bug me much beyond just, the uglification of the character. It's more of like what Ubisoft is standing for as a company as a whole right now. You see community managers that are getting into this hating white people and hating men. You get all these video game developers that are doing stuff for the video game in-house. It's like they all hate the consumer of the product. And now the lead actress for the game apparently hates the main consumers as well. And it's funny because a big franchise like Star Wars, it's always called like the fandom menace and all this crap, and that they're saying the Force is female. It's been subject to a lot of divisiveness since Disney's bought it. The original demographic of Star Wars since the 70s has been majority men, majority boys. All right. But it's always been diverse. If you look at like an old video clip of the Return of the Jedi premiere at the Chinese Theater in Hollywood, it's literally a whole bunch of diverse people that are Star Wars fans praising the series and the game. And it happened all naturally. It wasn't forced in like they're trying to do now with Disney Star Wars, but that's a side tangent that we want to get into here. Anyway, let's look at this article from Park Place that covers it. She has some quotes in here, an interview with CGM in the middle of August, and the outlet's Dana Aileen asked, so our nerdy fandoms, especially things like Star Wars, present very male-dominated, no duh, whether that's the creative team or the fans. What's it like to lead the charge on this both as the creative team and as the voice and body of Star Wars Outlaws to lead this male-dominated universe and have it be women first right now? So typical cringe journalist question, right? They're more focused on woke agendas, political narratives, instead of actually talking about the goddamn video game. How come they just don't promote this video game? Say, hey, it's an amazing open world Star Wars game that has you explore and there's all sorts of side missions and space travel and it's just awesome. Why don't they just talk about the fucking video game? Why does it have to be about politics and woke ideologies and promoting girl power? That's what's cringe about it. But it's just crap. And then you take a look at what the main writer says, saying that she recalled a moment where she had a lightsaber at Galaxy's Edge, where she made one, and admitted that she wanted to be Han Solo. So she said, I just cried very hard the whole time because it was just like this brand meant so much to me, and I didn't have someone like Kay to really see myself in. I loved Princess Leia, but I wanted to be Han, right? And I think getting to bring that to life is so special. And our whole team really, that's been the goal from the beginning. It's been really special. So that's why Kay Vess is a thing, guys. Forget making an open world Han Solo game. We can't have that. That's a man, right? This lead writer went out of the way to make a fictional female character, and I'll give them a little bit of credit. At least they didn't gender swap a character in Star Wars, which where all hell will break loose the day they do that. Trust me, they think it's bad of all these right wingers complaining about the acolyte. Just wait until they do something like that. But this lead writer literally only made Kay Vess because she wants to be Han Solo, but she couldn't relate to Han Solo because he was a man, because that's misogyny, and we can't give men credit. We have to have female. That's basically what it comes down to. That's basically what it's coming down to right here. And that's why we have the female version of Han Solo basically in Star Wars Outlaws. Now, continuing on, González, who's the lead actress and the model for Kay Vess, said, to be a leading woman, not just in Star Wars story, but in the video game industry, which also tends to have a lot of limitations and misogyny and kind of in and out politics of who can be a part of it and who you want to play as. The only people that play in and out politics are the people that want diversity. They're the ones that gatekeep. They're the ones that kick people out. They're the ones that say no white men. White men are bad. Video game developers can't be white people, and you just see all the nonsense. They're literally the most tolerant people out there. And she continues to say, I'm incredibly proud of the team having chosen someone like me, but also only me. So narcissist. Again, like I said, if you feel like you have to relate to a character and what you're watching or playing, whether it's a movie, a television show, a video game, and you have to feel like there's a special safe place for you so you can relate to it, that's narcissistic and retarded, right? She says that there isn't a male counterpart to the story of Star Wars Outlaws, that we're focusing on a female point of view of a scoundrel story because we've only really ever seen males in a scoundrel position. So she's girl power. I didn't want to share the limelight with a male character, like how Assassin's Creed has male, female, and most open world games you could choose your gender and stuff. She is such a narcissist at this point, and she's blaming misogyny and limitations in the Star Wars brand and the fandom. She's literally talking shit about any of us guys that like Star Wars, and she's saying, this is mine, I'm the only character, and I'm glad that it's only a female perspective. Isn't diversity and inclusivity supposed to be like everything, equity, like all the same for everybody? Why does it always have to exclude somebody? I swear to God, it's almost like inclusion is disclusion or exclusion, right? Because they always single out a group and are prejudiced against them. And especially nowadays with all these woke ass females, they hate men. It is wild. And they're everywhere in the video game industry. It is unbelievable how infected the video game industry is. And it's sad to see this actress complied. She basically complied when she allowed them to take her image and make her look ugly. Well, Eric, this isn't an accurate version of what she looks like in the game. No, it's pretty fucking close. It's just a very pixelated image. But when you watch the game, she has no defining features that are even close to what she looks like personally. And that's the fucking issue. It's not because, the chin line and all that. It's because this character was made to fit a mold, to not piss off people. Anyways, continuing on with this whole story, González, the lead actor, says, the representation's incredible for me as an immigrant Latina in Canada. Of course she's in Canada, right? To even get to speak about my country, about Venezuela, of communists, about what it means to me as an artist that I followed this dream, not having any of my family here, not having a lot of mentors in my family or anyone to look up to, or content to look up to. So she couldn't even look up to content because there was nobody like her in it. That is narcissistic. Imagine reading like Wizard of Oz and being like, oh, there's nobody in here I can relate to. This story's, misogynistic or whatever the fuck excuse. All right. So she's basically saying she could never relate to Star Wars because it was full of misogyny and limitations. Star Wars is one of the greatest fucking series of all time. The trilogy was a classic. Even the prequels were great to an extent. You know, there was more hits than misses. Disney Star Wars has its moments, but it's been trash since they've been focusing on the wrong things, guys. And with video games like Star Wars Outlaws, you got to focus on making a really good fucking video game. And Ubisoft didn't do that. And it looks like the people making the game were more focused on, oh, let's make a female Han Solo. Even the lead actress, her inspiration was that she didn't feel included in it because of misogyny. She literally says she had no content to look up to when she moved, right? So she says, even in Star Wars, you know, there aren't a lot of Latinas in the space. And so for me, I knew that this was going to mean a lot, not just to me and my community and my family, but to everybody else who's watching it too and playing it. I don't get this about Latinas and Latinos and Hispanics. I don't give a fuck that I'm Mexican. I don't give a fuck that I'm Latino. I've never once used that to say that I'm oppressed. Am I proud of it? Yeah, I am. But I'm not like, there's not enough Latinos in my space. It's Star Wars. There's no such thing as Latinos in Star Wars. It's all made up fictional characters from different planets and different universes. Now, you're talking about actors and actresses. Okay, that's fair. But to make it all about labels and how you feel as an identity and stuff like that, like, get rid of the identity politics, guys. It's fucking cringe. And it's ruining gaming. When instead of talking about the actual game itself, it's all me, 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 me. She's an unhinged, woke narcissist, guys. That's what it comes down to. So anyways, she said when they go, oh, this is a cool character, I wonder where they're from, and then they do the research, I just want people to feel seen. And if I can be in any of those categories as a woman of color, as an immigrant, as a Latina, any of those are so meaningful for someone who enters a franchise as big as Star Wars. So for the next generation, for those little girls in Galaxy's Edge, for the little girls watching, for anyone back home, for me, they simply get to see someone like them on screen. It means something to them. Feel inspired, feel strong, feel seen, feel represented. That to me is the goal. It's incredible because it's really beyond just me. Oh my fucking God. Such cringe, dude. So she says that she needs any of these categories: woman of color, immigrant, Latina. Like if nobody just says, hey, Ms. Gonzalez, you played great as Kay Vess. You were really good and heroic. That's not good enough for her. You have to say, oh, thank you for representing people of color and Latinas worldwide, Ms. Gonzalez. And you probably can't even call her Ms. because that's probably not what she wants to be addressed as, because they're all fucking lunatics, all these people. So yeah, it's what it comes down to is politics. That's basically what it's coming down to with this actress, which you hate to see it. You know, it seems like everything is just becoming more and more woke every day. So what are your thoughts, guys? Let me know down below. Subscribe if you're brand new. I'll see you on the next one.